Welcome to Jackie's Craft Table. Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. In this video, I get to show you Spellbinders Small Die of the Month set for November. This one is called Frankie Goes to the North Pole, and I'm really excited about this one. These dies cut out the cutest snowman, and you get two heads on him. One is looking up and the other is looking straight ahead. You also get a Christmas tree and some ski poles and a North Pole sign. They just think of everything in this kit. To create this card today, I'm also going to be using the stamp set from November's card kit of the month. There are some gorgeous sentiments in this stamp set. And I'm going to create a Slimline card. Let's pick up these dies here. I love this little magnet from Spellbinders. It's so handy. And the first thing I'm going to do is to stamp out my sentiment at the top, as well as some of the little snowflakes from this set. I'm going to heat emboss them with white embossing powder. This is going to be a little difficult to see because it's on white paper, but I'm going to be doing some ink blending over it. But let's start with the stamping. I treated my paper with anti-static powder first. This is a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock. It's perfect for ink blending. And I'm going to stamp out the snowflakes a little bit later with a small acrylic block. I inked it up with some Versamark ink. It's a nice sticky ink that's going to hold on to the embossing powder. And then I'm just going to stamp a few random snowflakes around. It was pretty difficult to see and remember where I had stamped them, but I do wish I had stamped out more of these snowflakes. There are two different snowflakes. And then once this is done, I'm going to pull out this paper. And I forgot that I wanted the sentiment to be in this gorgeous red embossing powder. And it hit one of the snowflakes. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And then I'm going to very carefully pour over some white embossing powder over the snowflakes. So let me put this red embossing powder away. Then I'll just very carefully pour over my white embossing powder. I'm going to turn on my heat tool just to let it warm up for a minute. And then I can melt the sentiment and these little snowflakes. I try not to let the heat tool stay in one place for too long to prevent warpage. And now I can start in on my ink blending. This is Tattered Rose Distress Oxide ink. I love this ink. I think this one's my favorite. And my next one is Candied Apple. This is just going to be a soft reddish pink color to the sky. I'm even going to put this on my snow hills in just a minute. Once I'm done with the inking, I like to buff off the ink off of my embossed images and sentiment. This just helps them to pop a little bit more. And now for a heel. I'm just using my scissors to cut an angled heel down this card. I went ahead and die cut all my pieces with some white cardstock. This is just some Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock. I stuck them to some full sticky back Post-it notes. And this just helps keep everything in place while I do my Copic coloring. So I'm going to speed it up here. This did take a while, but it was really fun and so worth it. It turned out so cute. I popped out the little buttons with my all-in-one tool and colored them in with a dark neutral gray. I think it was the N7. And then I'm just going to adhere them back into place with a little bit of double-sided adhesive on the back. This will help the little teeny tiny pieces stick in place. If I were to do this again, though, I think I would just tape a piece of black cardstock behind the snowman's buttons and his little mouth. It would be so much faster. And now for the carrot nose. The hat I'm coloring in with more neutral grays. It's N7, N5, and N4. The blue colors on the snowman, I used B000 and B000. And now I'm going to glue on his hat and his little stick arms. I will have all of the Copic markers I use listed over at my blog. And now for this Christmas tree. I really love these pale green Copic markers. They are YG61 and YG63. It's just a beautiful soft green. I'm going to put the lighter green on top, and then I'll color in the pole or the trunk with the same brown that I used on the snowman's arms. And now to put this together, there are additional little branch dies that you can put down the middle of the tree so it looks more natural, more random. And I'll do that in just a minute. But now onto the ski poles. I'm trying to match the sky a little bit and use the same colors with these red and pink Copic markers. But look how cute he's turning out. Now his little ski poles, I'm just going to color them with the same yellows that I colored the little star on the Christmas tree. I try to reuse colors so I don't have a lot of Copic markers out on my desk. And using the same Copic markers really helps coordinate your card. Now for his little gloves, I'm using the same greens and reds. This was so fun, putting little mittens on the snowman. I'm usually not one for playing with small dies like this, but this kit was totally worth it. I will create tons of cards with this little snowman. And now to pop up the white heel that I cut out, I'm going to use some Arteza foam tape to do this. So give it a little bit of fun dimension. And then my snowman's going to go right up at the top. But I decided to put an additional hill at the bottom so that it doesn't look like he's going to run into this Christmas tree. It looks like he has to go down a hill and then up a smaller hill. I'll glue this little snow bank to the bottom of my Christmas tree. And then I do glue on extra branches around the tree. I'm coming in with a little bit of tattered rose and candied apple just to go behind my second snow hill. Just needed to break up the white a little bit. And then this one, I'm just going to adhere down flat with some liquid adhesive. I didn't want to make the card that dimensional. And then I'll trim off the bottom with my long, sharp scissors. I decided to add a little bit of tattered rose to the snowbank behind the Christmas tree. And now to start adhering everything down. I'm going to pop up my snowman with these teeny square foam pieces. I put an extra foam square behind his head and one of his mittened hands, just so he is the same height as the hill behind him. The tree I'm going to adhere down flat with a little more liquid adhesive. Once this is in place, I'll add the extra branches. This just hides the trunk a little bit. I colored them in with the dark and the light green Copic markers. I really had fun decorating this tree as well. It comes with these little baubles, and I colored some of them in with red Copic marker, and the rest I left white. But it was really fun putting this together. So easy to do. It's putting me in the mood to decorate my own Christmas tree here very soon. And I'm just putting little teeny tiny dots of glue behind these. But look how much that adds to the card. It's so adorable. I'm also going to add the scarf to the snowman. I pulled out some white stickles to add a little bit of glitter to the baubles. And I don't show it here, but I do come back and add it to the star as well as the white baubles. I'm adding some to the snow on top of the sign and the snow banks under the sign and the tree. I'm going to adhere this to my card base with some liquid adhesive. This card measures 8.5 by 3.5. My stickles wasn't dry yet, but I still managed to get my hand in it here. But here is the finished card. I had so much fun with these dies. I'll have all of the product links listed below as well as over at my blog. I also have close-up shots of my card there too. Thanks for joining me today, everyone, and a happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends. I hope you're all enjoying the fall season and soon to be winter and taking care. I'll be back with another video really soon. Bye!